This is OG Bamm, the 411 Giant, and Bamm Raw TV. And I'm here to talk to you. Me and you, we talking personal, and we talking about my man, the body snatcher, Cat Kidak. Me and Cat Kidak, they have alleged the body snatcher Cat to have over 19 bodies. They were saying that he was easing in and out the projects, easing in on people, getting a drop on them, taking them away, and getting what he needed from them. And so now, this thing about this body snatcher, as y'all know him, or as society know him, with his alleged 19 bodies or whatever, this a different side to him that I know. I mean, personally, it's always scrint, but it's a lot of loyalty to it. It's a lot of loyalty. He was a solid little young homie, and right now, I wish him the best here in Angola. Right now, got a life sentence. And he's fighting it to get back out. He called me on the telephone on the regular and everything. If you look him up, he gonna be Kisack, the body snatcher. And if you look at him, it don't look like much to him because he laid back, he quiet. You know, you're gonna see the little tattoo on his face, but he's laid back and he quiet. And he got a movement that some people, they confused about it. They don't know if the movements that he got, and they looking at all these bodies that he got, or allegedly got, but the movements of him, you would look at him and you would say, man, little light-skinned or quiet, always kind of peeping, analyzing situation type dude, you could so easily mistake him for a coward. You can mistake his peeping and going on for fear. And that'll be a big mistake. It could be a deadly mistake. Because Kisack Cat, he a whole lot of things, but he ain't no coward. But he laid back, as me and OG Giggity was talking about. Most men who are about their business is not loud. I'm not saying some can't be loud, but most are not loud, and most are not putting themselves out there presumption because they do what they do and they through with it. There's nothing to brag about. You either get the money and get on, but it's nothing to brag about. We was locked up in Supermax Marion, lockdown Marion. We was actually locked up down there in Marion because I was down there for stabbing a guy in the face over 13 times. And he was there for punishing his celly. He had stabbed his celly up pretty bad. And so they sent him down. That's what USP Marion was like the Supermax before the Supermax ADX was built. And it was for the worst of the worst, you know. It was for the worst of the worst in the federal system, which is supposed to carry the worst, because we was all in USPs. Most of us, people like me and Cat. When I met Kisack, people had already told him about me. As OG Giggity say, I was all over the system. People had heard about me. I had been putting in work since the day that I come into the system because of my short stature, and because of my anger for the time and stuff that had happened with me. So Cat comes into the unit. He come over in the unit. When he come into the unit in Supermax, he tell he looking at me. He's a Muslim, and he was staying away, kind of looking at me out the door, peeping and looking at me and going on. But I had heard enough about him to know that he wasn't no coward. So he was peeping, going. So I just I go bum rush the door. I go to the door. Hey, what's going on, homie? Like that there. So he hollered back at me going on. I said, look here. I said, you're a Muslim. You're on Muslim time. You're on Louisiana time. I see the way it go. I respect both of them there because I got a lot of Islamic brothers. I got brothers from everywhere, man. So I'm not no dude who are stereotype going on. I said, but what you need? What you need me? He's like, no, I'm all right. I said, no, what you need, man? Let me make sure that you're right on everything, because you're my homeboy at the end of the day, no matter what. Like that there. So I don't know what you done heard about me or whatever, but I fool with everybody from the tip to the top of the boot. I said, and I fool with other men, real men from other cars. So me and him got to kicking it. We got going back and forth and everything. We naming some of the steppers that I've been around out of New Orleans going on. So he was getting more comfortable and everything. But the whole time, as I say again, he's very deceptive because he's so quiet and soft-spoken. He's quiet and soft-spoken, and he's always looking, and you wondering why he look like that. But Cat, there's a difference between being a coward and being paranoid, or being observant. And Cat is not a coward. And some people think he's paranoid. Me, I think he's observant. When when you've been allegedly accused of killing that many people or doing that many to people, you got to always be aware of your surrounding or anybody who may want to seek revenge for their homeboy. So Cat he would observe people, and in his observation, as we went on and got closer with each other, Cat is over there in his mind is figuring out, okay, do I got to kill this dude? How this dude moving? Am I gonna have to do this dude? Because if he gonna have to do that dude, he hadn't showed me that he had no problem with that. I've never had an incident while we was down in Maryland that I come at him and he wasn't ready to get up and let's go. I had to talk him. No, you sit down. I got this him. But point is, he's very observant. When he looking at a dude, he checking out. He listening to his slang. He listening to his language. He listening to the way he move. You know what I'm saying? Because he's trying to see what part of his project from. More than likely, most he's very aware of his homeboys that some that he may have beef with in the past. So he's always observing when somebody come on there and if they say water out their mouth, that his antenna gonna go up. His antenna going up, and he start looking and he start analyzing. Then that's why he gonna be doing. Then he gonna start doing his homework on it. What penitentiary dude said? What's going on with dude? What? Okay, well, who he was with? Who was around? Who was going on like that? And I had a couple of homeboys that came through the door that he got real tight with. But the man is he's like an anomaly. The man is you just can't. He's smart. He's always thinking. He always got a scheme. He always got a scheme. He always about making money, and he got a scheme. And the thing about it, what I say about number one, his script. I'll tell a story with his script. He with his script and with his heart. DC had got into it with the Aaron brothers about a situation with homeboy doing one of their homeboys doing some gambling, and the guy said asked for his money a little bit too forceful, and they wasn't going for that. Some of the men like Teflon Sean and Tone them, Tough Slim them, they wasn't going for that. They play straight, but you ain't gonna run over them in their form or fashion. You know what I'm saying? And so shout out to Teflon Sean because he's another little big man. He ain't much taller than me, probably an inch. I give him that. But so we had the situation. So when the situation come down now, they don't woke everybody up and prepared everybody in case because this thing could get big. And so now they let me know what's going on like that there. So I tell my homeboy Cat Kisack the body snatcher. I tell him, I said, listen, man, you too short. You too short to go down in this here. I got this here. And he like, no, I'm going. I said, man, you can't, man, because you're too short to go home. I need you to go home and everything, man. I said, I don't get no credit for my homeboys I keep in jail. I get my points for the one I sent home. And so you going home. I said, trust me, I'm gonna go to my DC men's and I'm gonna let them know that you're not going because I'm not gonna let you go, but I'm gonna let them know. I'm gonna give them my word that I'm gonna get one for me and I'm gonna stay at one for you. And that's a bet. And so I sit him down and everything and he listened to me. And we went out there, thank God that, at that time, the guys retracted and they bagged up and they retracted and left it alone because the men they were playing with don't do no playing. So we stepped back and we got all that taken care of and going on. And so the next thing that we had dealing with sending him home was that he was that short to the door and his co-defendant had just got out. His co-defendant just got out. And when his co-defendant just got out, he was coming down the steps of the halfway house and he was gunned down. So now that raised some antennas up in Cat brain. So he automatically went into work and going on to make sure that he transferred to get his paperwork and everything transferred to another state. And he got his paperwork and everything through the council transferred. Where he had people to set up the place for him. He had a couple of friends. They set up the spot for him. They, got him a job down there, everything. They did everything, The man is loyal, he loyal. And the people that he fooled with 100%. So they got him all situated. And me and I think his mama was the only one that, knew where he was going. You know what I'm saying? I didn't divulge that, and I know she wasn't going to divulge that. So he got, when he got out, he went to that place. And the whole thing, he was breaking down to it. He wanted to analyze what happened, how it happened, what effect that it has on how he moved and everything like that. So he wanted to step back from another state and look at it New Orleans, look at his surrounding, and view everything from the outside so he could see what was going on, opposed to getting in the middle of something and then have to look all around you and try to figure out what's going on when you're already in the middle of it. So that's the kind of thought he puts into the situation. He got out, I think he was out for about 2 weeks when he sent me the first $100. And during that time there, he sent me a few $100 and going on. And one thing he gave his word, man, look, big homie, when I get out, I'm gonna put something on your book. And I've been told that out of my 27 and a half years, I've been told that probably 80 times, and it's only happened twice. So so I know I wasn't really expecting no lot from him. I was just happy for him to go on, but the man kept his word on everything. And another thing about Mr. Cat Kidak, as you know him, and the body snatcher, they alleged that he was going around, kidnapping people. They made the allegation that he was trying to snatch up a BG, but BG was ready for him and going on. No doubt BG was ready for him and going on, but from what he tell me, it never was his intent. People had put that out there for some reason, but it never was his intent to bring BG a move, that he know BG was a brand going on. So somehow that story, and he actually told me this on the phone, that was the case, that he wasn't going at BG. And when OG Giggity was here and on my podcast, I mentioned that to OG Giggity, you know what I'm saying? Because he had got the information and, he was happy to hear that going on. Because like I said, it's some steppers down there. It's some good mans, and, they all about their business and going on. Meatball, OG Blab. I mean, it's big bouncing, man. It's a plethora of them. But every state, every city got their steppers and they got their men. But this is about Cat Kidak, the body snatcher, man. And right now, again, I say he down in Angola. He actually got a life sentence, and he got a life sentence over, really, I say some bull crap. One, threatening the judge. Two, having a cell phone. So they hit him with if I'm right, they hit him with the habitual offender and everything. But based on what's happening, he's fighting the paperwork real, real hard, and he's on top of it. I'm looking forward to him to get out soon. Now, that's it, the story of the body snatcher, but I got some more stories for you. Hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that bell icon.